I think working on the Athena SWAN project has definitely changed my views on things. I did come to it thinking at first, I don't really know if this is necessary. Perhaps not the right opinion to have, but I thought, well, I'm female, I've changed career late in life, I started part-time, I hadn't got the traditional qualifications to get into that role, so how was I being disadvantaged as a woman? But when you begin to look deeper, you do see that things like progression and advancement do actually seem to catch women out far more than men. But if you go at it from a fair perspective to make sure that you give everybody a chance at getting forward, then that way you're not reintroducing different discrimination, you're just removing any of it and letting everybody make the best of themselves.
I think Athena SWAN's a really important project for Keele to be involved with. In terms of my remit, I'm responsible for outreach and widening participation for the university. So we're engaging with children and young people in schools and colleges, and obviously the importance of raising aspirations for young girls particularly, but also boys in terms of gender equality and routes into particular careers, I felt was really important and having a role to play in that work.
I have to admit, before getting involved in Athena, I really didn't think there was an issue of women in science until I looked at all of the data, and it didn't matter how we rearranged the tables, the same thing came out. And that is the decline in females as you move through the system from lecturer to senior lecturer to professor. Athena SWAN is all about empowering women and giving them the choices to do what they want to do.
So for me personally, I think as a mum I'm schizophrenic. I need to get home for my kids, I want to be there, but I also want to deliver for work. And Athena SWAN helps me get over that paranoia of, do people think I've done a personal negotiation that only benefits Helen Duffy, as opposed to actually I've applied a framework for flexible working, part-time working, that is clear and transparent for everyone.
I think it's important for my unit to be involved in the Athena SWAN agenda because it's important for everybody to be involved in these issues. It's the issues raised are obvious things that shouldn't really need to be addressed, but they obviously do, and so involving everybody just makes sure that it happens in a clear and consistent way for everybody.
Athena SWAN offers a framework in which the impediments to progression can be systematically addressed. It's worth emphasising too, I think, that removing these impediments benefits men just as much as it does women. When one takes away the barriers to advancement, that is good for the whole collective, not just for a single part of it.
I came to university as a mature student. I already had a family then. And when I've started working here at Keele, obviously having a family, you need to have a certain amount of flexibility to deal with the issues, the inevitable issues that come up when your children sort of, sports days and obviously the negative things, when they get ill and that. So it's very important to me to have that flexibility to be able to sort of not worry about what people at work would think if I had to take a day off or to go and sort something out. And I think that's one of the key things that Athena SWAN is projecting in terms of sort of supporting people, and it's not just about working mothers, for example, but that would apply to working fathers as well.
Difficulties in balancing one's home life with one's work commitments are particularly apparent in STEM subjects, but in fact they're also apparent throughout all faculties and all disciplines in which the proportion of women at the bottom of the scale tends to be much higher than it is once one gets to the top of these various hierarchies.
In my current role as the manager of the staff development offer at Keele University, I'm really beyond science, just interested in making sure that everybody has the opportunity to do what they do to the best of their ability to support the organisation. And for me, gender equality is about making sure there are no barriers and that there are no impediments to anybody being able to deliver to their best in whatever role.
I think supporting the Athena SWAN agenda is really important for all universities, but especially a university like Keele. And I think it reflects two important underlying principles. The first is the issue of promoting equality and diversity and ensuring there is equality of opportunity for all colleagues, whatever their background and personal characteristics. And that's, in a sense, almost an ethical and ideological reason for supporting it. But I think at least as important is the business benefit, because I think that institutions which ensure that the most able people are in a position where they can progress to senior roles, where they can take a full role, where they can contribute to the institution, that has to be in the organisation's own interest. We get the best people doing the best things for the university.